So what's good, you guys? It is Will here from PSYCHONAUT Visions, signing back in once again, coming at you with another video today. Now, what I'm going to talk about today is going to be a little bit different than the theme of essentially this channel and what I've been talking about, what Alex and I have talked about on the channel in the past, and things like psychedelics and spirituality. But knowing me, I'll find some kind of way to still tie that in, regardless. But what I'm going to be talking about today has a lot to do with kind of life and relationships and sort of the evolution of relationships, and how at times, we feel as if our connection with people can be something that's just inseparable, something that will never dissipate. And I think growing up for me, like during middle school, high school, I didn't have a real concept or grasp on like future of like, long-term, bigger picture, right? And so all the people that were around me at the time of like middle school, high school, when I was, 13, 14, 15, I thought those people were going to just kind of be there forever. I thought it was just how life was and how it was meant to be. I didn't really have that concept that like things change, because I was young, and I was like, when you're at that age, you're still trying to figure things out. You don't really understand everything that's going on, You're trying to kind of get a grasp of who you are, and that's why you don't really know like what life is when you're just a teenager. You're still trying to figure that out. And so at the time, I have my group of friends, and I'm thinking like these are going to be the people who are with me the rest of my life. And even especially in my senior year of high school, 17, 18 years old, I had a group of friends that I was like going to parties with, and I was actually talking to girls for the once in my life. But it felt like something that, oh man, I finally have like this large group of friends that I'm gonna know for a long time. And then the next thing you know, everyone goes off to college, and it's like, well shit, they're all gone. And it's that tough reality that sort of kicks in of like, well, back to ground zero. Like I gotta find some more friends and some more meaningful relationships. And for the longest time, it's like Alex has been like pretty much the only person that's truly been there for a long time. Like, I keep having voice cracks in my videos, man. This just pisses me off. But he's been there with me, and we've been through a lot together, just in terms of like life, in terms of our experiences with psychedelics, and we've just been through a lot, and we've sort of been there for one another through a lot. And it's just that very deep, meaningful connection that Alex and I always knew each other. I mean, I've known him since we were like 7 or 8 years old, but we weren't even that good of friends, I wouldn't say, until after high school, because it just happened, that we were going to the same community college, and we didn't live very far, so we were just hanging out a lot. And it's just the relationship evolves and progresses over time. And I'm kind of just seeing now that it's like I value that relationship of those stronger connections, those real, genuine connections. And I obviously give time for more surface level type of vibes and relationships and whatnot. But the reason I haven't had a whole lot of, I feel like at times I've been alone, is because I haven't had a whole lot of like really deep bonds with people to where like I just understand them and they feel me out as well. That's kind of what I'm prioritizing, I think, this year in general, is to try and actually find those real connections, because it shows you that like, wow, people out there really are kind of similar to me. Like, even though it feels like I'm alone and that people don't get me, it's like people do. You'd be surprised, man. Like, everyone has their own vices. Everyone has certain things that they really are closed off to other people about, that they don't want to speak on, they don't want to touch on. But I mean, we're all humans. We're all humans. We're all what I would call spiritual beings. We go through our own troubles. We go through our own, questioning and self-conflict, identity crisis. And there's a lot that we all go through that, especially for men, it can be tough to talk about. It can be tough to open up about. But those are the types of connections that I really want. And for one, it's like I'm not trying to force myself into like a relationship with a woman, or even force myself into a friendship or anything. But that's the thing, right? I want to really be honed in on what I'm doing and focus on my path before I really find that real relationship, like to the point where it's like an intimate connection type of thing. Before I find that, I really want to keep honing in on what I'm doing and my life goals and journey, because I think that's the thing, right? If you go after that woman, I've talked about this in the past, like it's like the woman being the cat and the man being the dog, and how women will try and lure you in and show the signs of interest as a form of a test, similar to how cats will show you they want to be petted and give you the signs that they want to be loved, and then as soon as you go to pet them, they kind of run off and look at you from a distance. And that's why, in a way, it's like I said in one of my last videos, man, when that cat's there, when it wants to be petted, what I'm going to do is I'm not going to pet it, man. I'm going to stay focused on myself and the people who are already around me, and let life flow, really let life flow. Let things work themselves out in any type of relationships that I have, and life in general, man. Because I think, like, even though I do enjoy solitude, I do prioritize solitude to an extent, and I need it. That's not to say I can be in solitude forever, because I would go crazy if I was alone my whole life, or if I was alone for an extended period of time. Like, I do need people in my life. It's just that I'm really trying to value deeper, more real connections with people, and even family too, because there's a lot that I'm closed off about towards people, regarding some things that I'd speak on this channel even, that I'm not willing to tell my parents or some people that I'll work with, because some of it's just, it's not easy to really understand. And I hate to say that because it sounds kind of, in a way, egotistical, but like when it comes to psychedelics, like I can't just go up and talk to someone about that and feel as if they'll understand what I'm saying. And that's okay, because I think every relationship is different. Every connection with someone has its own values, its own meaning. It's like you're gonna get along with someone for a different reason than you would with someone else. But still, I want to feel as if I can, speak my mind, speak my truth, be my authentic self around anyone, around people. And that's kind of what I'm trying to do moving forward. Just keep going along my journey, and actually try and make more real connections with people, like seriously, because like I said, that time, ever since high school, man, it's like Alex has been there. He's been my like the only true real friend that I've had, and it's like, wow, I'm really appreciative of him for that. And I'm assuming we're going to be friends for a long time, but still, it's like, it would be nice to have even more people in my life that I could go to more consistently. I have met this one person that I've been talking to recently, this guy named Matt, that we've just been talking about, like psychedelics, for example. And like I said, man, of course I bring psychedelics into this video somehow, and just like, I don't know, some of our experiences growing up, some of our inner alien-like mindset, because at times I do feel like an alien in this world, just in the sense that there's so much going on up here that it feels as if this is the world, like up here is the world. And in a way it is, because like thought, the way I think, the way I perceive is basically reality, right? Like what I think is reality basically is. For example, I call myself a loser. Well, I mean, I don't call myself a loser. I'm just using this as an example. If I call myself a loser, what does that make me other than a loser? If I sit up here and convince myself that I'm overweight, or that I'm lazy, or that I'm just incapable of speaking to females, then that's essentially the reality that I've created, that I've convinced myself of, that I've bestowed upon my own self when I say this and this and that about who I am, about what I am as a person. And I don't know, sometimes it's just like, you know what, you gotta hype yourself up in a way and be like, I am a winner. I'm not a loser. Like, I can do this or that or whatever it is I'm trying to work on. I can. Like, it's not to say I can't. It's just that I'm just trying to figure it out. But that's the thing about being human, is that there's only so much you can figure out and decode about life, because there's always something to work on, man. There's always more to learn, more to become, more to appreciate, more to embrace, but there never will be an end, per se, to that journey. But man, it's interesting to talk about life and these relationships that I'm discussing, because it's real, you know, how like every relationship has its own meaning, and everything is it's unique, right? It's got its own meaning, like I said, and just hoping that I can continue, you know, speaking to people and getting to know new people and expanding my connections, right? Like this place, this room that I have has been my oasis. It's been my refuge for a long time, where I feel more authentic than ever. I'm trying to expand that and allow the outer world, more so than the inner world, to be my oasis, to be my refuge, to be my place of solace, where I can feel free and, like I said, authentic and genuine. I want to be able to not be afraid of anyone, of anything, of myself. When I'm out and about, I just want to feel free, and that's what I'm trying to do. And I encourage anyone watching this to embark on their own quest as 2022 comes around, and trying to improve in some regards, and as you keep growing, you know, finding a new meaning, finding a new lesson, and just keep learning, keep living life, and just enjoy it, man. Seriously, just enjoy life. Like, it's not that bad, you know. One thing that I'm trying to realize is that right now I'm 21, and at times I'm like, man, I'm old, like soon I'm gonna have to get a job, and I'm gonna have to figure things out and live on my own and all this and all that. It's like, for people my age or around my age or whenever, like for me personally though, I think it's like, man, I'm really young. Like I'm young. Like 21 is young. It's very young. And it's like, I don't have to worry about all this and all that. Instead, I've got to really embrace the feeling of youth while I can. Just enjoy it, man. I've just got to enjoy the feeling of being young. Just, you know, be proud of who I am, of where I am in life, and of who I aspire to be down the road. But that's down the road, you know. In order to get there, I got to live each and every moment to the fullest, and that's what I'm trying to do. And I mean, who knows what the future holds? But I made it this far, so who's to say I can't keep going, man? So, same goes for anyone. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed. Took something from this video, and I'm just trying to inspire, help anyone I possibly can. If I actually impacted someone in life, I mean, that really does mean a lot to me, man. And that's what I'm trying to do. So hope you guys enjoyed. Feel free to leave a like, comment, subscribe, and Will from PSYCHONAUT Visions, signing out.